guys, it's water time. I'm finally using the Neverwinter mug. What? For water, of course. I'm soloing water, you guys. I'm doing only water until this sickness is gone. Water and tea with lots of honey. Maybe I might make some throat coat tonight, which would be just so amazing, but I have to go to the store and get ginger and all sorts of things, but it would be so worth it if I actually got up the motivation to go. I have a really short DMV story. This isn't gonna be like an epic, this isn't gonna be a, oh man, that story was hilarious, there were so many good moments. No, 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 it's gonna be really short, but I still have to tell you guys about it. It's not even noon right now. But this morning, I was like, you know, I think it's time that I got my license. I have my license, obviously, but as of now, it is expired, and I need a California license anyway, because there are lots of things, it turns out, that you can't change your address on unless you have something that proves by the state that you live at a certain place, which blows. So I was like, you know, getting this license would really fix a lot of problems. Even if I decided that I still wanted to not drive quite as much, it'd still fix a lot of things. So I went to go get it, and I thought, you know, I don't have an appointment, but I'm okay with being in line and doing that whole thing for a couple hours. That's okay. I realize it's kind of what I deserve after all of this, you know? So I walked to the DMV. The DMV is not far, but it is not close either, so it was a nice little jaunt in the sun, which I'm not a fan of. I forgot to put on deodorant today, so I was smelling so pretty. I walked by a nursery at one point, and all of these kids were like trying to throw things at me, but unfortunately there was a fence there, boo-hoo for them. It was good. It was a good morning. It felt like everything was going my way. And then I got to the DMV. I got in line, and nothing happened. I was there for probably 40 minutes and the line never moved, and I was like, you know, I feel like this is a long time to be standing in a line and have it not move. I was in the non-appointment line, right? As it turns out, you can make DMV appointments, which I knew, but I don't know, our DMV, like, the DMV that I see never really has anybody there, like outside. So I was like, you know, I think that I'm gonna try to take my chances and just go there. It'll be fine. But the things that I didn't think about, it was first thing in the morning, and it's Monday. Both of which are things that cause everybody to say, I just want to get this done, right? People go early in the morning to just get things done. People go on Monday to just get things done. It was like a terrible sea of people trying to get things done and all so aggravated, and started wondering, why is this line not moving, right? 15 minutes you can be like, okay, they're stopped up there. There's somebody who wants to give the people in front of them a wide berth, and we just haven't moved very much. Then the half an hour point hit, and everybody was like, people were like talking to each other in hushed tones. I'm like furiously texting people, being like, yo, I'm not even in the building yet. Ugh, this is so unfair. I actually wasn't complaining that much, but I was just like, what is going on? I'm a very patient person. And this was just not, things were not happening. I was confused why things were not happening. So then a woman comes outside and starts asking for specific things. She comes out and she goes, anybody who has registration papers? And a couple of people were like, oh, we have registration papers. And she was like, come inside. So they went inside with her. And I was like, luckies, luckies. Why won't somebody come out and say the highly specific thing of anyone here with a driver's license from another state who needs to get a California license? And I'd be like, oh my, that's me. No, no, no. Registration papers. Okay, cool, that's fine. Maybe one day, maybe one day. So again, this line isn't moving. And we're standing there for a while. And then the same lady comes outside and says, you're gonna have a long wait. Anybody want to make an appointment? And I was like, I might want to do that. But again, I can just make an appointment over the phone. It's like not a big deal. So I'll wait a little while longer. right? Just to see, you know, what if I don't want to leave this line and then suddenly, you know, everybody just runs inside and I'm like, no, what have I done? So I stood there a little while longer. And then, same lady comes outside and says, we're actually experiencing some difficulties. I was like, really? What sort of difficulties are those? She goes, so your wait time is gonna be about 4+ hours. 4+ hours? I was, okay, up to 3 was kind of my thing. I was like, you know, I'm gonna assume that this could take up to 3 hours, depending on how many people are there, depending on how many people are yelling at DMV employees, I don't know. 4+ hours is a long time, and I have videos to make, and I'm still sick. I was like, you know, 4+ hours, and of course, my brain splits, right? There's part of my brain that's like, alright, let's just make an appointment and then leave. Obviously, the appointment wouldn't be for today, it would be for later in the week, but who cares? Let's just make an appointment and leave. And then the other side of my brain that's like, she's trying to trick people. She's trying to trick some of us into leaving so that they don't have to deal with all of us, and I'm not gonna fall for it. And then I just immediately left. I was like, I'm gonna ignore you. I'm gonna ignore that side of my brain that might be right, but the line hadn't moved in a long time. And I know that they sometimes will pull specific people out that are easy to process, right? But for them to come out and say, we're experiencing technical difficulties, it seems like it wouldn't be something that they would admit to unless that they were actual difficulties that they were not going to be able to fix for a while, right? So I was like, I'm hungry, I'm still sick, it's hot outside, I still haven't reached the doors. So I just left. I made an appointment for later in the week and I just left. But man, there were so many emotions. But like I was, you know, I hope that I gave you the right setup for this. This wasn't like a really epic story at all. This was just so much hope. I was like, I'm gonna go get my license, I'm gonna be an adult, and then I'm gonna fix so many other things. And then I got there and then everything went sour within like a half an hour. I was like, DMV. I wasn't even like, I didn't even have like high expectations for the DMV and they still let me down. It's so sad. But this does kind of like, I should have made an appointment. I should have just made an appointment. But I woke up today and went, you know, I still don't feel good, but I don't feel terrible. And I have a lot of time today, so I should just go do it. You know, it was kind of one of those just split-second decisions, and I was like, I don't have an appointment, but I never see anybody outside of the DMV, it's fine. It wasn't fine. Guys, it wasn't fine. Always make an appointment. Always make an appointment because the DMV likes to eat your brain. My brain! Remember that one time that there was a piece of plastic and a bug in my water? I was laughing about that for the rest of the night. For the rest of the night. Also, oh my gosh, you guys. So I don't know how many of you use this, but so I have a fancy thing called VapoRub that I just love. I love this stuff so much. But last night I hit that like weird delirious point where I couldn't fall asleep because I was coughing too much. And we didn't have any more like NyQuil or Tussin. We had nothing that I could take to coat my throat. I didn't have the stuff to make throat coat. I wound up just like heating up canned soup and hoping that it would like warm everything up enough that I could just pass out. It didn't work. So deliriously I just like went into my little medicine kit and was like, VapoRub! So VapoRub is a cough suppressant. It's an ointment that typically you rub like on your chest, and then it helps you breathe better, basically. So that when you breathe in, it doesn't immediately cause you to cough. Guys, I put so much of this stuff on me, and I feel like at some point I remember someone saying that you shouldn't put a ton of this on you ever. We're gonna read this really quick. Rub a thick layer. Oh, maybe I was okay. Rub a thick layer on chest and throat, or rub on sore aching muscles. Cover with a warm, dry cloth if desired. Keep clothing loose. Repeat up to 3 times per 24 hours. I put so much, I don't think there's much of this left, honestly. I had never used it before. Oh my goodness. I put so much of it on myself because I was just like, I can't sleep. I just want to sleep so bad. I just had it like all over me. I was like, and then I woke up. And then I woke up in the morning and I was like, it worked! It worked! But I was all like greasy because it's like an ointment. It's like all grease. So I was like, ew. Immediately took a shower. Oh god, that smelled so good. Wait a minute. Mmm. Just smells so fantastic. Anywho. I also started watching last night when I couldn't sleep and I was like, I started watching Drop Dead Diva for the first time because it's on Netflix. The show is ridiculous. The show is ridiculous. I'm like, I don't know. It's one of those weird Hollywood ways where they're like, we're going to have a plus-size woman be the lead role and everybody's going to be so surprised and happy with us. But the thing is like, it's a model that dies and then her soul inhabits the body of a plus-size woman, and then she just spends the entire show so far like putting herself down and like trying, I don't know, it's like, it's weird. It's one of those weird like plot bunnies that they had. They were like, yeah, this is a great idea, and I realized that eventually it's gonna be her like loving herself, her new self, right? I don't know. It stopped me. I've apparently been talking for 10 minutes about the DMV and my coughing, but I just want to say I want to watch more shows where the lead could be a plus-size person and the show isn't about the fact that they're plus-sized. And I want to watch more shows about people who have like alternative lifestyles, but the show isn't about their alternative lifestyle or the drama around their alternative lifestyle. Like, I don't... It's getting old. I just want to see a cast of characters where everyone is very different and real without the show having to be about those specific things. It's like an ensemble cast where they are doing something outside of themselves. Does that make sense? Is that too much to ask? It's too much to ask, I know. But things have been like slowly changing. I realize that. I realize that things are changing, I get it, and I know that it has to happen slowly, and it progresses, and whatever else. I just... That's it. That's all. I'm done. Whoop! I felt like I had to finish it off that way. I realized that's what Lane used to say. Oh, Lane. Hearts, hearts. Anywho, I'm apparently delirious, so I'm gonna go. But I love you guys. Hope you had a great day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah!